Hey everybody, it's Dharma here on Friday night. Somehow my schedule's all loopy this week, so I guess we're going live in the evenings now for a minute. How's everybody doing? It's Dharma here to do a tarot spread, but it's tarot, it's Lenormand, it's channeling, it's fairies, it's all the stuff for everybody, for the collective, for about 24, 36 hours, something like that, from whenever you watch this, okay? How's everybody? Hey, Pixie, hey. What up, tribe? Crow tribe. How goes it with the crow tribe? Hey. Get my sage lit up. My goodness. From Australia, very cool. Dharma! Cape Cod, ho. Good evening. I don't know why whenever I see the 2222. Oh, and 1111. What's happening? See, that's when your guides are like, "I sent a bunch of numbers. Don't you know? Now I'm supposed to know. I don't know. What's up? How's everybody doing this evening? Hey. All right. Okay. Weird energy, am I right? Talking about fucking rando shit. Hold on, let me unplug some stuff. There. Now we will have no buffering. Right? All the 2222s. Okay, so if you look up angel numbers, if you look up the angel number for 2222, whatever, synchronicity is about change. But if you look it up for love specifically, it's about union. How's everybody doing? So I don't know. I don't know anything. Right? Isn't the new moon right now? Like, aren't we in it? Isn't the new moon happening all over the place right now? I don't know anymore, man. I'm still in the hallelujah place. Yeah, in 111. Girl, we are in it, right? The F. Ooh. What? This card was upright by itself. Very interesting. Ace of Rods. Yep, the new moon's out and about, and I just saw the Ace of Rods. Somebody's gonna be out walking after midnight, I'm sure. From Italy. I want to go to Italy. Alright, guys, angels, anybody from the highest good for our tribe for the next 24 to 36 in regards to love, please. Window open. This is the new deck for those of you who are tuning in. Everybody's asking. It's called the Light Seers Tarot. Greatest invention since buttered bread. Oh my god, she's talking about cooking. See? Kismet. I know. Okay. Here we go. Everybody ready? I'm ready. What do we have? 2436 in regards to love. The Tower. Tower. Well, weren't we just talking about the twos is change? And I just saw 4 4s across the board, and that is a derivative of 2 or some shit if you break it down. Your ready, set, go is right. The Tower. This tower is freaking beautiful. This tower emits butterflies, not drama. And the other tower, take it back. Take it back. We're starting over. No. In the Rider-Waite Tarot, okay, you've got these people who are being like displaced. You know, and I even had a dream that was just like that. Like I got literally displaced and it was fucked me up all week. All week. I've been a hot mess. Because I'm a Libra, right? Libras dream hard. And especially when the moons are there, and I remember everything, and I write it down. I shouldn't, because now I'm all sad. I don't know why I do stuff. This one here, this particular tower, boom. Butterflies. What are butterflies? Metamorphosis. Metamorphosis. Change. The thing where you're different. That thing. You guys know. Oh, 5555. What is the deal? What's happening? Why are we like in a twilight? Like, am I the only one seeing this? Like, every time I look up, it's synchronicity across the board. It is weird. It's weird stuff. Transformation. Everything is changing. It's like changing all over, and it's like, what's happening? Why? That is so many. I literally heard take them. I'm kind of afraid. I don't want to play cards anymore. I don't want to know. What if it's something bad? Okay, I can handle this. We can handle it, right? Because the tower has changed. And there was a moment today where I was standing outside of the store, and it was sunset, and I live in a place that is beautiful. I mean, there's like 25 waterfalls within like 20 miles of where I live. It's beautiful, right? And I'm all looking over the stupid, gorgeous landscape, and I was like, the fuck, universe? And I kind of just got this feeling, and it was like, did you lose everything, or do you now have space for anything? And I was like, you know, I can work with that. Okay? So here we are in this change, but sometimes it hurts. I don't know why I'm like afraid. I'm just going to do it. The Chariot. He's like a Dothraki. You know what this reminds me of? Thank you. I appreciate that. You know what this? Have you seen Gone with the Wind? You know, at the end of that movie, she's coming back. She wants to go back to O'Hara. Is that what it's called? And in the background, it's all red and crazy, but she's going home, even though it like was really bad for a while. That's kind of where I'm getting the Star, Aquarius, and Two of Wands. Okay. So first of all, look at this. It's the Star, yes, but this is the Aquarian card, and that's the most freaking Aquarian thing I've ever seen in my life. If we're just gonna talk about things that are Aquarian, that would be that. If you're like female Aquarian, you're probably like, right? I heard right now. Like right now, but right now. And you're like, right now? It's almost like, haven't we been talking about for a while, it doesn't happen until it just does, and then it does. Like when it do, it really do. Hey, that's my birthday! 10/11. I know, I've been waiting on the right now too. And instead I'm all, oh, hallelujah. Don't judge me. Whatever. Looking out the window, right? Like, I know it's coming, and look at the matching in these pictures. It's like she knew that this one was coming. And he's coming hard. In the Chariot, get your minds out of the gutter. But look at the colors on the pictures here. She's waiting for him out the window. And he be all Joy. I knew Joy would get it. She caught it. Yeah. Joy, your video is gonna upload soonish. Like in the next day. The Star. Well, what's the Star? It's what you want. Wish upon a star and put it in your pocket. Never gonna fade away. Yay, Geisha! It's like bam all of a sudden. Here goes my nose. Bam. Blang. Bow. Bam. Out of nowhere. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Looking out the window. Then bam. Here it is. What is it? What, I mean, it. We're saying here it is. What is it? Judgment. The fuck? This is the first time I've seen this Judgment card. It looks like me. Kind of. Like, not really at all, but I'm gonna say it does. I know, you're all, can I see? And I'm all, look, you know, like, sorry. I still want to get one of those setups where I have the camera and camera thing. I need to get on that. Judgment. What's judgment? Decision. Rebirth. Recalling the soul. Or I take it back. I take it back. But the judgment is, I mean, this is a surrender, you know? It's a complete surrender. She's just letting go, and she's going to let her, I mean, it's almost like the higher self just does it. But what she's waiting on is this, but he's on the path, right? He's not even in the cart. He's on top, coming. And judgment, that's the coming of, right? That's the arrival. Is judgment the arrival? Because when the judgment happens, the thing happens. Or it doesn't happen. It's the change. The judgment is the actual, right? What's the word I'm looking for? When the hammer goes down, the door opens or it doesn't, it's the thing. So she's sitting over here at this crossroads waiting for this, wishing, hoping, whatever. And the tower comes, and I would assume that the tower is the entrance of judgment. If you can see how I have this set up, the tower and judgment are on either side of this situation. I would call this the situation. That's big energy. That's big change. It's, oh, look at that Two of Cups. Oh my God. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. Are you gonna kiss me or not? Are we gonna do this or what? That's kind of like, I don't know. Is it dirty or is it sweet? I mean, that is like, I can't even. They're so different, but they're meant, like, it's when the differences in these two people get together, her bowl of alchemy and his bowl of alchemy, they get together and they make chemistry. That's what happens in the union. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. And that feeling, I think that this is what she's saying. This is the judgment that this particular person, that's what they want. That feeling. She's waiting for it. She's wishing for it. Amy's on the prowl. Or watch out. Or Geisha, sorry. Sorry. Code whatever. Thank you, Virginia. Two of Cups. Got the Two of Cups. Really? Well, we talked about surrender yesterday. I mean, we hit the knees. Hallelujah. Like, it's almost like, what if yesterday's reading, if you haven't seen it, go watch it, but what if yesterday's reading was not even about a feminine and a masculine? What if it was about the past situation with a masculine and the devil has it attached to you? And it's still attached even though it's not there, so it has you on your knees. And then we talked about the Ace of Swords. It's hard to surrender or forget or both. Or one or the other or whatever. I think that's the point. That's why you get to a place where you were like, hallelujah. Because it was like, what am I supposed to do now? Like, where else do you go from here? And so now, since I think the next step after that would be this, you know, cutting the cord from the devil, you know, if that's, you just cut it and allow the space. Weren't we just talking about having space? And I was all, look at the stupid landscape. Yeah. Hi, Vicky. Judgment. Bring in the relationship. Bring it in. She's like, please. You know, anytime I say please in my head, my guides say don't beg. And that used to bother me. I'm like, I'm not freaking begging, really. I mean, maybe a little, but please, you know, for whatever thing, you know, your whole life. And it's about the fact that when you're asking, you're not supposed to ask. You're just supposed to say, I have. So I have like an amazing relationship right now. And I'm grateful. And I think that that's what you say, and then that's just what you go with. And then pop, it like appears. Pop goes the weasel, and the weasel goes pop. It just appears. She knew it was coming, looking out the window, boom, comes up over the horizon. Judgment, the time is here, the time is now. Right, exactly, Joy. Yeah, pigs fly. I can't believe that happened. That made my entire year. That was the best day of 2020. For me, personally. Just because I'm a stinking fangirl. Yeah, that happens. For about the orbs, they're here. My house is, like, literally was built in 1820, or at least not this part, that part of it. This part wasn't, but I'm on a burial ground. Yeah, Keisha. Exactly. All right, let's move on. Ace of Pentacles. Two of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles. Bam. Judgment. It's here right now. You just wait and wait and wait, and then pops up like a freaking weasel. This isn't even gluten. It's a weasel. You didn't know it was there. It was underground. The weasel. Are weasels bad? Why do people call people weasels? Are they like a ferret? Ferrets are awesome. They're kind of adorable. Like a weasel. I think the point is that they were unseen. Lurking. Taking the fucking scenic route. Meanwhile, holding a big giant pentacle for you. Pentacle being something that you do, like a relationship. When you do a relationship, you get up and you be with people. When you do a job, you get up and do the job. Right? It's a pentacle. It's a thing. It's a seed. I'm concerned why we're talking about weasels. 6 of Cups. Because of the past. So this is a return of the Mac. Is that what we're looking at here? Why did I say that? Return of the Mac. Who's Mac? Who's Mac? I'm getting all like fucking paranoid. What's going on? And plus we saw all the numbers. That was weird. What's happening? Judgment right now. The weasel tunnels their way in. Like they just kind of like are always there, then like bam, there they are, and you're like, oh shit, and they're like, I've been here the whole time. The whole time, and you're like, what? And then you look around and you're like, oh my god, there is a weasel track everywhere. I didn't even notice it. Always been there. Weaseling. Maybe rejection. Camera. Maybe being a weasel. What do weasels do? If they're like sneaky, I guess. Are we going there with this? Because this is all positive. Let's get the fairies out. The fairies don't lie. They always got good stuff to say. Yeah, that's the thing. They weasel their way into your hearts, and you're like, damn, you're like an annoying little fucking weasel, but you're cute. Like, let's put him in the tub. I bet they would swim, like, with little flippers. Oh, I want a weasel. I need to Google it. Watch them be like little vicious creatures with claws and like really sharp teeth. The fox in the hen house. Do not weasels go into the hen house as well? Is that not also their MO? Except they don't try to take the chicken, they just take the eggs. They just want the eggs? That's relevant. Weasel. Look at all of us being paranoid. It's just me. I don't know why, Pixie. I'm fucking freaking out right now. See? What do you mean they just want the eggs? That's Epona's wild daughter. This is what's happening in the mind of this one while she's waiting, I think. Because if she's in this room, right, during the day, it's like during the day she's fine and she can wait and she can keep herself occupied. But at night, it's not good. She's in that place. Because when she's alone, I mean, she can probably, you know, you can see things that you really can't see during the day at night. I mean, right? And here we had the past. When I saw this, it was in reverse. So the past probably was a little enough to do this to her at night because Epona's wild daughter rules the past. And she keeps it, you know, there. So she's fine during the day. And this one, it's like this one just can't move any faster. He needs to move faster. Especially with Epona's wild daughter there. But I guess if you're tunneling underground blindly, maybe that's what they're doing. Are weasels blind or is that a mole? Mole. Is a weasel blind? Like tunneling blindly, like they know that they're going towards something that they can vibrationally feel? Is that not how blind creatures travel? By vibration? So they move towards it or away from it? So this one's traveling blindly towards something that he can feel, which would be the chemistry, I guess. I don't fucking know. Yikes. Well, that was unnecessary. Did you see that? Watch this be an angry card. It's the Piper! And I just like plopped him down right on top of the chariot. This one takes too long, so the piper rolls in. Keeping in mind that this is daily energy, so you might see some person you haven't seen in forever and they can be your piper for the day, right? But this one rolled in like this. This is bad news, bears. The nighttime thing is not good. What's that Drake song? I wish I was with you, but you're not around. So I call somebody else up to see if they are down, 'cause I hate sleeping alone. I hate sleeping alone. And the fucking piper is right there. How you doing? And you're all, well, as a matter of fact, the sun's going down, and I know I'm about to get a visit from Christmas past when the bell tolls 1, and I'm not really trying to do that, so how you doing back? Basically, who's the piper? Is that the judgment? Is that what comes in for you? Is a piper? It doesn't have to be the same one, because I think you're waiting on somebody. And while you're in whilst waiting, whilst being a lady in waiting, enter piper. And with the star and the ace of pentacles being here, the piper, this new piper, doesn't always have to be gluten. Okay, you're gluten, right? You guys are silly as shit. It could be anybody, because the piper represents harmony. He plays a beautiful song. It's seduction. It's order. It's music. It's good times. The piper is. With the Two of Cups and Judgment. And it's like this one here, all this red. This is all waiting. It's always waiting. It's always going to be waiting. And it's doing this to her. But I hate sleeping alone. I hate sleeping alone. Rather be with you, but you are not around. So I call somebody else up to see if they are down, 'cause I hate sleeping alone. What did I do here? Alright, let's get one more and then we'll start clarifying. See? Shit. Because now these two... I got options. Unit, top one. Fuck. They're... two guys. Two dudes. All about it. While she's over here looking out the window, waiting on the dude who's trying to tunnel through the ground. Which is likely significant of having baggage or being in the shadow, right? Their own drama. Which is then causing you drama, because your energy is attached to their energy, and if their energy is negative or whatever, then that's how you're feeling, right? What about the F-bombs? What did I miss? Because I hate sleeping alone. I hate sleeping alone. You guys should listen to that. It's a great tune. You can drop all the F-bombs. Let the F-bombs fly. I'm okay with that. I don't mind. This is 18 and over, folks. Let the F-bombs fly. We have 2 dudes here. And that's what I'm saying is that, or 3 actually, because you have the piper who is seductive, you have the poet who is a romancer, and you have the dude on the chariot who's not around. You're waiting for that one? It's raining men. Right. Hallelujah. That's what happens when you hit your knees? No. We don't do that anymore. I'm kidding. Calm down. So, I have no idea, Vicky. You know, that is funny how that's the rest of that song. It's raining men, hallelujah, it's raining men. And we were talking about hallelujah yesterday, and I think that that's the point. When you hit rock bottom and you hit your knees and you say, okay, I surrender, like I get it, then ba-bam, it rains abundance of the next thing. This is the Intuit Oracle. The moon, of course. The grasshopper. Grasshoppers they can be a little toolish, right? They just, you know the story of the grasshopper and the ant, you know. Sitting around playing his fiddle all day long. Why are we talking about playing your fiddle, the piper? Devil went down to Georgia. But the grasshopper talks about moving on. And that it might have just come out like that because that's exactly what we're talking about. The fact that you get to the end of something that you thought it was going to be and then it was not. Or however that works out for you. And then you're like, wow, hello, new starts. Third person. 3 people. Three options. A stranger. Someone new. Someone new. I think this poet, this Edward Cullen poet is new. And he came out with the RAR card, which is the ball of potential. And the way that I set this down is on top of the star, which this might actually be the thing that you wish for. It's just, he's stone in the background, circling. But I wonder if it's the fact that so much drama and suspense. I wonder if it's like, because these can be anybody. I mean, yes, we're talking about, yes, okay, so you know how some readers will be like, okay, well, one message is you might have someone who does this and that. And then another message is you might have this or that. I'm telling all of these messages like a story, as one full story, but it's a bunch of messages all at once. So for some of you, it might be just like this. But for some of you, you might have 3 different instances with 3 different men. And then you might have another instance where you got some kind of judgment, and you might have another instance where you start something new. But I'm touching on each of these cards and telling it as one consecutive story, which is why I call it Zodiac story time. You see how that works? Stories with Dharma, right? But that's how it works. Point is, this one here, this Romeo fella, is, I think, like the one. And I don't want to be all, it's the one, but I totally want to be like, it's the one. I'm sorry, but if Edward Cullen walked up in this bitch and was like, you want to burn for 3 days? I'd be like, sign me up. Right? What does he say? My whole life is you, or something like that, which I don't want that. I'm busy. Right? But it's like that. This one here. Girl, I already hit the rumples today. I went and apparently on Fridays is if you get one top shelf, you get a second one for free. I shouldn't have known that. Okay, the sky. It's a reckoning. Is judgment another word for reckoning? Tower? We need to clarify. I want to clarify with, I want to go old school. Is that right? There goes my nose. I don't even know where I want to start. Spread out my questions here. Let's just go ahead and talk about this person that we're waiting on. What is their Wheel of Fortune, Seven of Pentacles, King of Rods. So this was probably someone you were really passionate about, and notice that all of these cards are orange too. Who's the piper? I heard a friend, you know. The moon, maybe a Pisces or a Cancer. Page of Pentacles. I think that you're going to be uneasy about this one. For whatever reason. I mean, the Page of Pentacles can be anything because we're talking about it's a friend you know. So if we want to leave the story time a little bit and talk about actual messages that are here, we have a friend you know that comes in that is seductive. They're able to, because they're coming with an offer. But they're also coming with the moon and the High Priestess in reverse. So it would be, I heard not advisable. King of Cups in reverse. Wow. Okay. So then who's this Edward Cullen fella? I heard from a distance. From a distance. Justice. Maybe a Libra. But they're balanced. They're a balanced person. Oh, maybe they just got divorced. Like, just got divorced. Empress in reverse. Nine of Swords, Ace of Pentacles. This person does not want to be a player at all. They are not interested in games at all. But they don't... What am I missing? They don't know what to do. That's why they're stone. They just don't know what to, like, they can feel it, but they have the roar, which would be roar, which would mean pure potential, right? But I don't even know why they would come out if they didn't know what to do. So what is it that I'm missing here about? The geese. They come back. Cyclical. Well, they're a faithful person. I'm missing something here. The World and the Dog. That's two cards of being faithful. devoted. I mean, these are all cards of a really loving person, right? So what is it here that's gonna, I mean, because this is like, basically all we have is 3 different people who are just around. Well, no, we have the Judgment. Okay, so what's that? Let's get a different deck. I'm gonna get the, I just want to keep using this deck, honestly. It's the only thing for me about these decks that have all these pictures is when you start using too many cards, you can't see the message anymore. Or at least I can't. So the one you're waiting on is the King of Rods. Passion. The one that is like around or whatever with an offer is all in reverse. But this other one over here, that's the World, that's the faithful companion. But so what's the Judgment then? The Nine of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles. Somebody wants to commit? I don't know why I said that. I normally wouldn't say that with the Queen of Pentacles. But it's the Nine of Cups. What's the Judgment? Can I get some more on that? I'm just trying to like your hair. What is this? Judgment. Maybe they're all coming forward, but one of them wants commitment. But her eyes are closed. It's like she's blinded to it. I'm not feeling that at all. What is this Judgment? I mean, I saw the Eight of Cups, which would be... What's the ones? What did I miss? Yeah, I don't know. It's like all these... What is this Judgment, please? I need more. Queen of Cups. Four of Cups. Which makes sense with the Eight of Pentacles, with the Eight of Cups. Okay, so one message here is that for some of you, there's going to be these options. I think that since whatever happened, okay, this week or however long you've been going through it, these options are going to they're going to come back around. I think that some of you are going to push people away. And that's what the World is, right? And that's one of the Judgments. And then and it's like because of that, you get commitment. And I can't say for sure that's going to happen in the next 24 hours, but that's the Judgment. It's like the things happen. Weren't we talking about the Judgment is like when it actually when the thing actually happens? Like the gate would open or close, the door would open or close, but you wind up with the Nine of Pentacles. I mean, Nine of Cups. Ten of Cups. And the Death in reverse with the King of Swords. The Judgment. I heard I should have picked you. I don't know. What is this? I mean, this is probably the commitment, the Ace of Pentacles. What's this? Ace of Pentacles. Oh, we haven't even looked at the Tower yet either. That was the thing. Because it looks like the judgment is that you end up with one. That's the judgment. You end up with one. But there's a Tower. So first I want to look at the Ace of Pentacles, which I'm guessing is the commitment. The Emperor, of course. Yeah, because one of these guys, because each one of them got a king. King of Swords, King of Cups, King of Fire. So then one of them steps up. And I just don't know if it's, because I think that everybody wants this King of Fire that they're waiting on. And it's sex, like you said. It's just sex, even though that stings to admit that. Right? And then you have another one over here who wants to make an offer, but he's just he's a piper. Like, he sings a tune. I just don't know if he could actually live up to what he's throwing down, essentially. But you have this Emperor. King of Swords, I guess. The Star. Twice. King of Swords, that's Aquarian 3 times. Might be because it's Aquarian season, but it might also be because you're fucking with an Aquarius. Oh my god, I just saw the 10 of Cups, the 4 of Rods, and also Ace of Swords. So somebody, and Ace of Cups. I keep hearing I should have. I should have told you this a long time ago. I should have. And you're just kind of, and I think the whole I should have said this a long time ago, that's why he's the stone person. Because he sits and waits. Takes him forever. He doesn't make a move at all. This isn't someone that probably would have been texting you. This would be kind of like an out of nowhere, I think. Because the Ace of Pentacles is all kinds of good shit. What's the Tower? Let's pull some tattoo tarot on that. For those of you who have ordered a private reading and are waiting to hear from me, I'm going to email people in the morning. I cannot get this card, sorry. It's stuck to the freaking table. Okay. Let's talk about this Tower. The Star again. What's that, 4 times now? So what's the Star? The Star is what you hoped, wished for. It's healing. It's being a star. It's being celebrity. It's being... a wish. What's the Tower? Eight of Swords in reverse. You find out? Someone comes forward? The Hierophant. The Emperor and the 8 of Coins. There's a light bulb here. That's the Judgment. There's the Hammer of Justice there. The Sun. These dudes are all going to come forward. Like all of them. Like all at once. Like it's literally raining men over the weekend. And you're like, and the thing is here's the thing, is it's like, normally we'd all be like, yay, yay. But I think there's a tinge of sadness behind that because everybody wants the one they're waiting on, and that's the one that's not showing up. That would be the pigs fly moment, right? Am I right? For the one that everyone really, really wants to show, but not just show up. I mean, they could call, but I'm saying like come correct. That would be the when pigs fly moment for that to happen. Because, I mean, right? It's definitely a when pigs fly moment. Let's do a last call. I am a sleepy bean. Holy smokes, how many cards did I get out? Yeah, I said holy smokes. Like I'm from that era. I do that. Alright. Last call. Last call. 2436 in love, specifically for our collective. Last call, please. The moon and the ace of rods. Well, hello. That's what I'm saying. It's like somebody comes forward. They come out of the dark into the light. I mean, look at that. This is all extremely feminine energy. What I was telling somebody before when I was just looking at this, you know how the typical ace of rods is a rod, like a phallic? What does that look like? That's an extremely feminine ace of rods. Like she's putting it out there, almost like pheromones or some shit, right? Fairy that was kissed by the pixies. It's almost like you have this like pelting of suitors, and then you pick one, and then really good shit happens. Because she's really happy. She's really, really happy. Almost like I can't believe. I heard I can't believe he picked me. The gnome. See, and that's the masculine. This is reciprocated. You could even call this twin flamey if you wanted to. And the feline. So somebody is going to be a little, and since they're twin flamey, because this is also like that. This is the lover's card, sort of. Love given, love received. It's all reciprocated. This is the masculine and feminine fire energy. But you have but you have somebody over here who's, I think everybody's a little paranoid that the same old patterns are going to come back. But the feline also talks about getting it done right. And I think that the masculine or whoever is coming in knowing, you ever heard the term like with your tail between your legs? Like they know maybe they did something silly and now they're determined to get it done right. But this is, I mean, that is crazy, crazy, crazy masculine, feminine energy right there. What is this moment? I feel like it's a moment. I feel like it's really intimate. And the touching of the faces. Like everybody's touching everybody's faces. What is this? This is, I mean, plain and simple, it's intimacy. And for whatever reason, I've been talking about grooming a guy, like somebody's grooming someone. Yeah, they've thought about it. It's like whoever this masculine is the one that comes forward, they've thought and thought and thought and thought and thought and thought, and now they are full of knowledge, full of consciousness, and then they make the move forward. Oh my goodness. Six of Pentacles and the Death, that's a complete change. Reciprocity. Just boom, shocking. It starts with a hey. Because that's a page, I always see the page of, well, there's two pages. Apology. Okay, so it's an intimate, it's some kind of, for whoever this particular spread is for, this is the return of the Mac right here. Whether that's from this past life or, because that's what I was saying, they did something, they're coming back knowing. His eyes are open, her eyes are closed, but letting it happen. Just let it happen. Where have you heard what before? You're worth more than just sex. I know that. It doesn't have to be sex. It's just, there it is. You know what I'm saying? This is depicted, these messages are depicting a moment. You know what I'm saying? You could have a conversation, because it wasn't the other spread about having like the conversation, the judgment, the choice, the tower, the actual whatever, and then you get to this, because this is like an after effect. This is when you come together. So for whichever of those three dudes that wind up with the cheese, I don't know why I said that. Whichever one wins, you pick, or however this is, whatever this is, one of them you wind up in a Viking pretzel with. There it is. It's reciprocated hard. I mean hard. With paranoia. We've had that the whole time though. Every single time that one of these really good cards come out, this whole reading, we've been like, yeah, but he's a weasel. So, lots of options over the weekend, or they might not be options. They might just be people coming at you. But by the end of this supposed next 24, 36 hours, you wind up in a Viking pretzel and you like it. You like it. It's reciprocated. I just don't know if you know who it is yet. Okay? And your Viking pretzel could be on any spectrum. For me, it's really that. For you, it might be having coffee. It just depends on who you are as a human being. If you've seen my Instagram, I can only imagine that you can imagine where I would go with that. Just saying. Okay. I do have one slot left open for private readings for the week to be done within the next couple of days. The info for that is on the community tab. If you haven't received an email from me, you'll get it like in the morning. That's when I'm going to sit down and do emails. And tomorrow I'm going to do the rest of the zodiac sign. So for those of you who are all upset about the reason I did it and called it a bonus, I always start back over every Monday with Libra and Sag and Aquarius. I always do that. It's just that last week, 3 or 4, like 5 or 6 people bought the entire series. And when you do that, it's like over $100. And I wasn't just going to give them 4 videos. So I used the same cover and put the rest of these videos on there and called it a bonus to decipher the different videos. It's not anything different than I've ever done. I was just hooking those people up for hooking me up, you know what I'm saying? Reciprocity. That's how you do things, says this Libra. So, alright. Yeah, everything turns into sex. Of course it does. You guys are awesome. Yeah, man blanket. It doesn't have to be a pretzel. It can be a man blanket because it's cold. You guys are silly. All right, I love you so much. I'll talk to you soon. Have a good night. Bye.